I want to hear about how, how it came together. I hear there was a lunch that you guys were having together, right? Where the idea first came past both of your desks.
Yeah, we had a couple lunches on over the time. It basically, my recollection is that I saw the comic. Somebody brought it in, and the cover sort of said it all.
The rider, the guy on the horseback shooting up at the
flying saucer.
Yeah, and I thought it was great. And I had heard that Stephen had developed it for a while, but they'd tried it and they'd sort of cooled on it and they weren't working on it actively anymore. And I had a point, and then I got one of the scripts and looked at it, and I had a point of view about sort of how you could recalibrate the tone of it and the balance, and we got together and had a talk about it, and you decided that DreamWorks should go ahead and
yeah, because I had given up on the project until Ron sort of rekindled the idea. He brought a whole bunch of new elements that we had not considered the first time we developed a screenplay.
And what was the big shift? You said tonally. Was that where it became more a traditional Western and less a comedy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the script that we developed was much more tongue-in-cheek.
Right.
It owed more to Mel Brooks's movie Blazing Saddles, I think.
Right.
Even though it had some really funny writing and funny set pieces, it didn't have much of the traditional Western about it. And Ron said, for this blend to work, it's got to be tradition.
You're doing something different, And like Stephen was saying earlier, it's I think it's great. Stephen obviously felt like it was great. That's why we got involved in the project. So did Brian. But the fact of the matter is, you are doing something bold and cool, and so there's going to be some experimentation.
It's called Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah, I mean it's never really been done. And like Stephen was saying, you're always out on a limb when you take a chance like that. But I've always felt, and I took inspiration from you and from George, especially early on when I got to the point where I realized I was going to get to make more than one movie. I was going to get to have a career. I sort of thought of two things. One was, I didn't want to do the same kind of movie over and over because I'd been an actor on television series, and I knew that was a way to succeed, but I'd done that, where, sort of repeating the same ideas. And I love the medium, and so I wanted to explore. But the next thing that I thought was, there's a big element of risk to a lot of the choices that you are making, but, God, when they work, you can't compare them to anything.
Yes.
Once you jumped into this thing, we were kind of all mute.
Right, yeah.
And the very first meeting where you made the visual presentation with your art department, to all of us, there wasn't much for us to say except our eyes popped and our mouths hung open and we didn't say very much. The only thing that I turned to Ron and said, Ron said to me, we said, why didn't we direct this? But we're really happy that you did.